Number 5. The virus is not under control. I wrote this script on August 8th. As of then, there were nearly 5 million confirmed cases and over 160,000 deaths, and the death toll is increasing by well over 1,000 per day. At this rate, not only will we reach 200,000 deaths in the near future, but there's a decent chance we'll reach 300,000 by the end of the year. The stats are clear. Despite what this yahoo wants you to believe,
I think it's under control. I'll tell you what.
How? 1,000 Americans are dying a day.
They are dying. That's true. And it is what it is. But that doesn't mean we aren't doing everything we can.
coronavirus is still a very real threat in the United States, and we're about to send millions of small children into crowded school buildings. Number 4. No universal mask mandates. Mask requirements vary wildly from state to state. Some states actually require masks or face coverings while in public, while others simply encourage it. In those states, some counties or regions have their own mask mandates, except for Georgia, where masks are not only not required statewide, but their fucking windbag governor has prohibited local governments from instating their own mask mandates. The point is, inconsistent mask requirements will essentially lead to schools crowded with people without masks. Look at this image taken inside of a Georgia high school. I know, what a coincidence. I see maybe 6 total masks in this image. I probably missed some, but there's a lot more than 6 people in this hallway, and they're all packed together tighter than my ass cheeks while I'm jerking it to bed. Rona's gonna have a fucking field day if that's how school is going. Number 3. Kids are fucking stupid. This applies more to younger students, like anything up to elementary or intermediate school, but I suppose it counts for older students too. I don't know if you guys have younger siblings or, God forbid, young children, but something you've probably noticed is that they're nasty. They're suicidal.
No. Oh my goodness!
They're dumb, basically. We can't expect these people to adhere to their school safety precautions at all times. I mean, we've got grown adults that throw temper tantrums when asked to wear masks. You expect me to believe that young children, especially preschoolers, are going to always make sure they're wearing their mask correctly, remain at least 6 feet away from their classmates, wash their hands effectively and often, keep their hands to themselves, and follow all of the other guidelines set by their school? It's not happening. Number 2. Kids are assholes. I think this point is best conveyed through demonstration. On the left side, we have an innocent student going about their day at school. On the right, we have a student that acts like a piece of shit whether he means to or not. Let's see what happens. This kinda goes with the notion that kids are retarded. There's going to be some goon that decides to rip off his mask, shove people around, get way too close to his fellow students, and generally just be a dick. These people have always been around, but now that there's a fucking plague that is spread through close contact, these people have suddenly become much more threatening. Number 1. Teachers and parents will be at risk. This is by far the most pressing concern with reopening face-to-face school. I hate the people that try to minimize this pandemic by saying that kids are basically unaffected by COVID, because even though they're not necessarily incorrect, that's such a shitty reason to be sending them back into crowded schools. Believe it or not, there are people other than kids that have to go to school. I'm sure you've heard stories of teachers that are worried sick about returning to work, as well as parents with pre-existing conditions. Sure, kids that get infected, and believe me, they will, may not have severe symptoms, but they'll spread the virus to their teachers and loved ones who are at much greater risk. I'm not saying that there are no valid arguments that support the reopening of schools. Parents with jobs away from home that are unable to supervise their children at online school will struggle, further delaying this country's economic recovery. But if you're willing to sacrifice the lives of teachers, parents, and potentially students just to see the S&P 500 take up a few more points, go fuck yourself.